Hello, everyone. It's Sister Tina with Singles with a Passion. Today, I want to talk to you about sex and relationships. Now, I know it's late when I'm recording this video, but I go when the Spirit moves me and when it gives me information to release. So um, that's why you're getting it now. So, those of you who are not really interested in hearing God's reason, I ask that you probably be patient for a few moments because I know that we live in the real world today and God knows that we live in the real world as well. So I'm going to give you information that applies to living life today. But first of all, I'm going to start with God's intent. Now, God's intent was for sex to happen inside of marriage. And the reason why that was, He wasn't trying to get you to deny yourself and be lonely and all these different things. That wasn't His intention. God knows that He created a woman to where if she has intimate relations with a male, she developed feelings. She started to actually care about him because there's a hormone inside of our body that is released, a chemical that causes us to care about a man after we've been intimate with him and accepted him into our physical being. Now, that's the highest level of um, being with someone, which is why God considered it marriage. Because once you come together, putting both of those parts together, you are supposed to come one. So that's like marriage to God. Whether you're just having sex because you feel like you like the person and or your body is reacting a certain way and you want it, well, that's one thing. But God sees those things as a marriage, a coming together in the physical. Do you remember? And so those of you who have read the scriptures may and may not, but when Jesus was talking to um, Mary Magdalene, he told her that she's already had several husbands. But remember, she was a prostitute. She had not actually had any husbands before. She was actually having sex with people outside of marriage, and maybe a couple of them might have been married, but some of them may have just been single men because that was her profession. But that lets you know that when God sees sex and intimacy, He sees it as marriage. Now, your spirits unite whether you know it or not. Um, your spirits kind of connect, and the more you're intimate with somebody, the more their spirit rubs off on you, and you may eventually start to behave or have some of the behavior or the traits like um, the persons or the people that you have had sex with, or things that come upon you that you feel like, oh, that's not me. I've never done that before. Well, it's probably from the spirit of one of the people that you have had intimacy with. Now, that was God's original intention for us to wait until we got married to have sex, simply because He was trying to protect us, and He knows that all the ramifications and the things that comes with it. Now, for today's world, one, I need you to understand something about men that you understand, but I don't think some of you don't have the full concept of it. Men aren't really looking for a relationship. So, what television and the media has convinced you is that the friends with benefit things may eventually lead to a relationship and different things like that. That's just a man's theology. Uh, that's not true. Okay. Every once in a while, they may, if the people are compatible or they was, just uniquely um, grouped together and it just happened to be like that, it may come that way. But majority of the time, somebody always end up getting hurt, and usually it's the woman because men don't get feelings from sex. Women do. Men get feelings from time and having respect for you. That's how they eventually get feelings. So um, where we as women sometimes mess up is that we want a relationship and we have date somebody for a little while and then we're intimate with them because they acted a certain way from the beginning, and then all of a sudden they're off running and chasing the other woman and you're hurt and you don't know why. Well, the reason why is because I'm just going to be real. You've played yourself because men are not interested in relationship. They're interested in sex. Once they have sex with you, you have to realize they've already conquered you. Their thought is to conquer and to get inside of the pants, not to get into the relationship. So most of you may think back on history and see that you were trying to, you think once you have the relationship that you're going to, you have sex, that you're going to actually have a relationship and it's going to move forward towards that. But usually it's you trying to get a relationship after you've given up the cookies. Do you understand that once he's got the cookies, there's no need for him to really be in a relationship with you? No, it's not. Because you've already given him what he wanted without getting what you wanted. Do you understand? Now, um, I know our bodies and stuff, because we've sinned and decided that we were going to have sex outside of marriage. Now we know what we're missing, so our bodies be wanting the same thing over again. But there was also a protection that God has set in place for us, is that He didn't want us to have sex until after we got married, because He didn't want us to be missing something and then get into situations like this. God is very wise, and He know how He has structured you perfectly, and He know who He structured you for. So think about this: if you've had sex with somebody that you thought was, you know, nice, and he seemed like, maybe you can go somewhere with him, y'all can become an item or whatever, and then he's on his way, or he's playing around with you and he got you hanging on for 2 and 3 years, 6 years. That's entirely too long, ladies, because by the time a year or two comes along, he knows whether he wants you or not. So please don't sit up and continue to wait thinking, okay, maybe, in another 6 months or 3 years we should get married. No, I've had a friend who waited 8 years for somebody. 8 years. And um, and a lot of guys, they end up finding somebody else because they sleeping with you and you're fulfilling their needs, but you're not getting your needs fulfilled. And then you start to fuss and cuss and do all kinds of things. And they say you're nagging and all these things because you're busy trying to get the relationship. But you're trying to get the relationship too late. What you should do is try to wait, 60 days to 3 months before you have intimacy with someone. I mean, yeah, maybe he's going to be having sex with somebody else, but so what? Let him have sex with somebody else. What if you have sex with him, or you think you don't have sex with him, and then he's going to drop off because he's going to find somebody else that will do it? Let him drop off. Because have you ever thought that maybe all the time that you spent trying to decide what he's going to do? Oh, my computer just closed up for a minute, so sorry. While you're trying to figure out what it is that he's going to do, you plan yourself and also removing the opportunity for the person who may be coming into your life for real. I mean, have you thought about that maybe while you're sitting there pining after this guy, that you're taking up space, or he's taking up space for a guy who can actually potentially be something for you? So, one, don't chase after the relationship. Two, have some self control. Hold on to yourself. Don't necessarily have sex with them really quickly. Uh, Three, if you do have sex with somebody, wait, make sure that you know that you're in a relationship, or at least he has developed some type of feelings. Because if he don't have any kind of feelings for you, he can drop you in a hot second, and you feel like, I thought he cared, or I cared so much. One is the chemical talking, and two, you never gave him a chance to really have a uh, a relationship with you. Now, I often used to wonder why I was proposed to like 4 times before I was like 21 years old. I actually got married at 21. And I had been engaged before, two guys I turned down, but then my husband that I actually ended up marrying, um, that was the fourth person. I got married when I was 21. Well, you know why I got married? Because I was while I was 21, and why he was moving that way? Because he wasn't getting none. That's the reason why they were like that. It took a while for them to even get to that point with me. And so they felt like it's something of value. If she's not giving it to me, then she's probably not giving it to anybody else. And if I conquer her and I get her, then I've gotten something. I've gotten somebody who cherished themselves and that I can cherish as well. So Think about that, ladies. Don't just play yourself. And don't be trying to chase after no man for no relationship. Let him continue to chase after you until he decides he wants to be in a relationship with you and you feel like you are actually in a relationship. Then consider if you are ready, and only if you're ready. And I'm not advocating for sex, but I know this is reality, so I'm going to stay in the place of reality. I would prefer that you wait until you got married, but some of you just ain't gonna do that. But please wait at least, 3 months or something like that. Why is there so much disease? Why is there so many breakups and all this heartbreak? And why are we all so hurt and so painful and women so bitter and all these different things? It's because we're out here having sex with people that we shouldn't be having sex with in the first place. They hadn't done nothing to earn you. You are a blessing and you are a vessel of God. You understand? You are something special. Everybody don't deserve to be between your legs. Everybody doesn't. So wait until you find somebody who feels right.